Ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood gamer, Super Dope here. I am joined by the man on the cams, It's Dual Game, and Alloy announcer, Robo Creator in the house. We got Coda Sleuth here too.
What's up, VR
Whole
gamers?
stack here.
Full stack.
And we are... Yeah, go ahead, Coda.
I'm not going to be on here the entire time, just joining you between maps. I'm going to be hosting all the maps. This is an EU
We
versus
have our first crash of the day, by the way.
team. So this is an EU versus NA match, so I'm going to be hosting all the maps. I'm kind of the midpoint here in New York City and trying to create more fair pings on this huge matchup. This is basically the second to last game of the season. This is the
Semifinal.
Basically grand semi-final match before the grand final match, which one of these teams today is going to go home. They'll be done, and then we're going to find out who is our second grand finalist to compete in the last match, guys.
Yep, Coda said it pretty well there. This could be our second to last match here in the whole season. This one is going to decide who moves on to our first ever ECFL Season 1 championship game. So a lot of hype behind this match here. Any predictions from the chat? Robo, any predictions from you? What do you think?
Right now, we know VRespawn's really good in general, although they've had a rough spot with the Nova meta. So we'll see if... I feel like they've been able to adapt. They're pretty good at that. And Sovereign Nation's also really good in the Nova meta. So we'll see. I think it's probably going to be a fairly even matchup. Although VRespawn is the team that sent Sovereign Nation to the losers bracket anyway, but in a close 3-2 victory. So we'll see if it's going to be something similar here. But you never know.
That's true, yeah.
Also,
reason why
Porch
we're also going to see VRespawn playing without Vex today. Vex was unavailable for the match time that was scheduled today, so it's going to be VRespawn playing without Vex. We'll see if that hurts them at all today. They do have a sub, you know, so they're not going to be using any members that they're not used to playing with, but Vex is one of their strong Nova players, and in the Nova meta, you know, that could hurt them.
Yeah, Vex is a very powerful player. It's unfortunate that he's not able to be in this match today, but VRespawn looking really good. Actually scrimmed with them last night and looking as powerful as ever. So looking forward to a really good game. And I know it's going to wear these guys out, but I kind of want to see all 5 maps. It's a best of 5 today in the grand semifinal, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. So I'm going to jump off of here. Looks like we have all the players now in the map. And Duel, I think you can send the ready-ups. And I'm going to go watch this game. And guys, have fun casting.
Yeah, we're super excited to cast this one. Thanks for joining us, Coda. And yeah, we hope this one goes the distance. At least I do. Robo, I don't know if you got dinner plans later or something.
Oh, come on. It's not that late. I know I have dinner's a full-time job for me. Cut out. I work at 9 to 5 for dinner, but right now we actually
shout out to T, by the way. We see the sub in the chat. Thank you for everyone. I saw Porch also with the sub earlier today. Thank you guys for the support. Duel with the 5 cheer over there. So thanks you guys for the cheering of the bits. Yeah, this match should be getting underway soon. Payload map.
And the ready ups. Also
so we see 3 Novas out of Sovereign Nation, 2 out of VRespawn. How do you feel about that to start things off?
I feel like VRespawn does make the double comment work on Fission, although this is a triple Nova meta and there's not really a lot of room for a lot of wiggle room on some of that, but they have been able to make some of that work before. We saw them beat Bob on Dice and playing double comment, I believe. They probably switched up to Nova.
Yep, both Vidman and Kaz, both really proficient with the Comet and ranged weapons. We actually played them in a couple of scrims earlier this week, and they are just been popping off, hitting their shots. I don't know if it's enough to cover for them in this Nova meta where people are just boosting on top of each other, jumping, trying to get that quick close range damage. But if they can keep their range, they might have an edge here because it doesn't look like Sovereign has too much to deal with it, although Jonas is a very proficient Comet himself.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, like, you can actually fight the Nova meta not playing triple Nova, but you have to play out at 100%, 110% and make 0 mistakes and hope the Nova team only plays at 90 tops.
Yeah, I mean, it takes high level, I mean, the highest level of coordination and just game sense, knowing where to be, positioning, keeping that range.
Wins. Oh, no. Oh, Kaz won the Great Flamingo race. I think someone drop a controller? Or
I actually missed that. Yeah, that was pretty close. I saw Vidman come in the lead there.
Resubscribed. done a 2-month streak. Thanks, Flaminator.
Thanks,
You're the best.
Vibe. The hype train conductor.
Match
Alright,
starting
looks
in.
like we're seeing some say go
10,
V-Respawn, some
9,
say
Here
go
we
Sovereign
go.
Nation. Good luck to
7,
everybody.
Put it in the chat.
5, 4, 3,
Oh, T says V-Re's
2,
got this. Oh,
1.
oh crap. Sorry,
Stop
V-Re already
the
won. There's more
payload.
supporters. That's how this works, right?
All right, we got Sav on the
Payload
attack here,
mobilized.
starting things off pretty slow to the payload. Oh, as I say that, the boost comes right out, the heal's coming through. The fight, okay, the
arc
not even
mine,
take place,
he
but
gets
V-Respawn, yeah, being in some great positioning there. They had the arc mine ready for them. They weren't even there. They boosted, but V-Respawn were in position to deal with it, although they did lose.
Another arc mine!
Yeah, the arc mine's coming through from V-Respawn, definitely coming in clutch, but Stody did get a couple, and that's going to be enough for Sovereign Nation to definitely poke a hole through the defenses here. That payload is still moving on, and those respawns from
Oh, we
V-Respawn
got
are
another
gonna take a
hype
while.
train!
So, yeah, hype train is gone. Nice.
Going again.
Stody gets another pick on Kaznav. That's going to open things up here to go. Also, Jock and Stody pushing forwards with those Novas there. Respawn on the retreat here. They just have to take further defensive
Payload
positioning as they
mobilized.
wait for their spawns to come in, but that's not going to do them any favors as that payload is almost there. They finally make a play, but just the kill feed is
Delivery
showing
accelerated.
Sovereign Nation dominating here as they get a full team wipe, and that first checkpoint goes quickly. 358,
Yeah,
what do you guys say
saw
about that?
V-Respawn get a bunch of stuns off of those arc mines, but it didn't really matter because Stody popped off and basically killed the entire enemy team. So they got those picks they needed, and V-Respawn really didn't get another chance to bring that 4-on-4 fight again. And we see once again Sovereign Nation going straight in, and we've
Yeah, they're getting those
Kaz
picks there.
switch off Comet back onto Nova.
Oh, they got a couple.
Oh,
The
and
Kaz
more
goes down.
mine.
Yeah, the more arc mines definitely going off. V-Respawn heavily favoring the arc mine here, but it's not really helping them too much. They've got a couple of stuns and picks there. It might help them on this first
Payload
defense here. They
returning.
actually did manage to get a couple of picks. It looks like Sovereign Nation is backing off.
Payload
Jordan will just
mobilized.
put a little pressure on the payload there, try and pull V-Respawn out of position. But Stody just goes straight in, gets decimated by Levity there. The rest of the team is just struggling to survive, but it looks like it looks like V-Respawn, though, is just holding their ground, although that payload is chugging its way along. Jazzy gets the pick on Levity, and another on Cruz in there. It is definitely pushing through. Yeah, Vidmar's just got to contest now. He's the last one there, but no. Sovereign Nation will do it. Another super quick payload for Sovereign Nation.
Yeah, Sovereign Nation's just pressing a ton of W, and they can get away with it because of the
Payload
note, like how
mobilized.
aggressive they are with those deaths and stuff. They're just crushing V-Respawn. V-Respawn's just trying to hold the line a little bit here. And
Sovereign Nation, they're not giving up. They're going straight in there early. Try and get that
really
space.
good. Just
Yeah, V-Respawn was not ready for that. They're pushing forwards. Oh, they get another pick. That's Stody with a double, getting one on Vidman there. And now they're just going to go
Payload
back to the
returning.
payload. V-Respawn is totally
Payload
split up
mobilized.
out of position, and they're going to get a lot of distance from that.
Delivery
we see
accelerated.
Cruz over here by himself auto healing, and
Yeah,
he's
he's caught
been seen. Oh, he gets
Yeah.
away barely. His team's coming to steal for him.
Yeah, stalemate there. V-Respawn holding the high ground, so they do have a
Payload
positional advantage here.
Full time. Oh,
Yeah,
Levity
they
goes
decide
down
to make a
first.
Kaznaz gets a pick on Jock, but the rest of his team is going to go down. Kaznaz falls himself, and now it's just Vidman, the last one alive, is going to get wiped out by Stody with the double kill to finish things off. And it's 410 in the bank. That payload has really never even been contested, maybe for a few seconds
Delivery
here and there, but
accelerated.
Sovereign Nation has just been dominating.
Yeah, Sovereign Nation just had a
accelerated.
great momentum this entire time. Just pressing W with those Novi constantly. Getting really, really good with those boosts. V-Respawn just having a real hard time combating them. Although, as I say that now, it looks like they kind of win.
Payload
Levity
returning.
popping off
Levity
and getting a
triple
triple.
kill there. Yeah, really
It's
great.
Jonas
hold-
Owen trades route for Stody, and we see Jonas actually being forced to pop his phase and run away. Sovereign Nation isn't running a threat scan right now, so V-Respawn has a little bit more wiggle room to try and run some weird flanks from coming from like kind of obvious angles that you wouldn't normally be able to see. And another great boost and some shots coming out from
Yep, Sovereign Nation and 4for4, two very Nova heavy teams, are doing great jobs at just boosting onto the range defense here. We do see V-Respawn switching over to 3 Novas to combat the close range
They
fight
have been on
that are
3
happening.
Novas for quite some time at this point, forcing
Yeah.
off pretty quickly. I think Kaz switched off about halfway.
And that's going to be
through the
Jock trying to get away with his life. He might get staggered if he does. That would be pretty
he
bad, but he
doesn't, but he
actually
does
manages to
burn
get
a
away to
bomb here.
regroup. Yeah, The boost is going to come right out again. They're going to go for another team fight here. 256 in the bank. They don't have to go too quickly, but they're just a quick team in general. They decide to boost straight onto the enemy and take the payload.
Great
Nice snipe. Yeah, finishing Vidman as he tries to get away. The rest of VRespawn now outnumbered behind cover, just trying to bunker down here, but that payload is still making progress. They gotta make some play on this payload here. That's
the biggest downfall. Boost and they get one.
Yeah, that's a fantastic play, boosting from that corner there, getting a Jock down, and now they're still outnumbered as their spawn is finally getting into position, but 2 members on the payload now. They've got to contest. Dazzy gets a pick on Kaz, but Dazzy will fall to levity. Stody gets another pick on Cruisin now, but Vidman is holding it down on the payload.
We're going to see spawns trickle in from both sides. We're going to see it more from the defense side since the spawns are in their advantage. We are going to see it from both now.
Kaznaz popping off here on defense with the Nova, just fending off Sovereign Nation single-handedly almost with Vidman there with great sniper support.
Oh, and a great pick.
Yeah, great stagger there.
Massive stagger right now. We saw a ton of feeding in coming from both sides. The payload was really close.
Sovereign Nation is going to decide to wait for Jock here. They're going to wait till they all group back up. That's a lot of time off the clock there. Great defensive play by VRespawn. 1:45 left. Plenty of time to do it, but they have to get the team wipe right now to have a chance. And Cruisin gets really good double kill to start things off. Kaz with another pick and no casualties there, as 2 double kills for VRespawn will send Sovereign Nation back to spawn.
Yeah, VRespawn is doing a really good job of Sovereign Nation went into this checkpoint with 5 minutes and 1 second, and they've burned almost 4 minutes off the clock here, which is an amazing defense by them. Usually you see that if they get to the 3rd point, sometimes you see Fission getting finished more often than you do Surge.
That was a really great boost from Sovereign Nation there. They boosted right into the backlines of VRespawn. So they made VRespawn have to rotate out of their position. And now it's a fight breaking out here on the point. VRespawn, however, doing a great job with their team coordination there. They managed to get 1 pick on Vidman. Jock finds another on Cruisin, but he's going to go down. And that's going to be VRespawn coming up on the winning end of that fight. 45 seconds left. What does Sovereign Nation need to do now, Robo?
I think they need to try and focus the fire. I think they're getting a little bit too bird happy right now. Maybe they're getting a little bit jumpy and focusing on the bird. We're seeing VRespawn just playing for picks, getting 1 fight, and we actually see Levity pressing too much W to press a little bit more S. Unfortunately, he is out.
They do manage to peel, so it's a 4v3. Sovereign wish the numbers advantage, and Sovereign knows this. They're gonna go onto the point, force the fight to them. Good. Jock finds the pick on Kaz, and another on Cruisin. Jock is just getting lots of picks here for
1 big death
for his team, and that is going to be VRespawn falling here with 7 seconds left. Excuse me. Sovereign Nation manages to get it in, but Sovereign Nation were looking so strong until the 3rd checkpoint, and VRespawn just turned on the defense.
Yeah, it was a great job. We actually saw them pushing it through with around 8 seconds to go, you said? So, going into that checkpoint with 5 minutes and only coming out with 8 seconds is huge. If VRespawn finishes basically at all, they are way in the lead at this point. Which
that was a fantastic 3rd point.
But they have to finish. That's the thing. They have to finish.
Take your defensive position.
If they finish, they're in a really good position, which is kind of obvious since they're doing real good. So we're gonna see Sovereign Nation on defense. We're actually seeing Jonas run a stun on phase, which is interesting. You don't really see a lot of stun played in comp games just because of how consistent it is, how hard it can be to use. Throwing it faster for more accuracy is actually punishing you because it opens based on time rather than distance. So yeah, we're gonna see, hopefully, game.
Yep.
First map of hopefully 5, round 2 of Fission.
9.
If they finish right now, both teams go into overtime rounds, so they won't get any more time for checkpoints. After that, it's just about distance.
2, 1.
So we're going to see how VRespawn decides to attack things here. Sovereign Nation were just out the gate.
Kaz on double comms, by the way.
They are running 2 range weapons. We'll see how they use that range to their advantage. They're going to just boost straight out to that box. Oh, the stun comes in. They managed to get a stun on Levity there. Yeah, he's not there for the fight, and that's actually going to hurt them. They get a pick on Cruisin, but 2 falls from Sovereign Nation. So VRespawn coming out way on top here. Jock the last member here, and he's going to be chased and staggered out real bad, actually. VRespawn is going to take a while to come back. They could probably get that whole checkpoint before he even has a chance to regroup if they put all their members on it. Instead, they're going to try and fight to get a little bit of space there. Cruisin's going to move forwards and try and just delay the reinforcements there. He's just going to sit right there, babysit the checkpoint. And they might not even contest. Yeah, they're not going to.
4
That
minutes.
stagger.
12
Yeah.
seconds. That's a ton of time
Payload
to go into the
mobilized.
second checkpoint, which usually goes the way of the attacker. It's really hard to hold this second checkpoint simply because around, I don't know, a third or half of the distance from the first checkpoint pad to the second
Payload
one
mobilized.
is tiny. You can't really hold the outer tunnels. You have to hold the inner room. So we're gonna see if VRespawn can take some more distance here. They've got a massive time advantage here, and they might get a pick.
Besides the push in the room, they get a lot of damage on Jonas, who fades away, so no value on
Oh, we
that.
see a
Cruisin
pick.
gets a pick on Stody,
He gets
and that's
two.
gonna be another on
He
Jock.
gets-
And
Kaz gets
Kaz
a
has a
third.
pick on Dazzy too. Yes, Cruisin is doing great work
They
with the
get
Nova,
all
and he takes
four.
out Jonas.
Delivery
And that is going to
accelerated.
be VRespawn pushing the payload
Delivery
in here.
accelerated.
With no contesting, they're not going to be able to respawn in time. I don't believe they're going to be able to make it. They're going to
Yeah,
try.
no.
The deck comes in, but not in
Not
time.
enough.
Stody's going to fall, and that debt is going to be wasted. And they're going to have to reset here.
Also,
As we respawn.
Fortunately, he's been popping off with, he's donated 2,000 bits this stream alone. So thanks a lot, Porch. Really means a lot.
Damn,
Support
thank
the
you so
stream.
much, Porch. Coming in
More
super quick here,
picks!
keeping that hype train fueled. Cruisin is pushing along here, getting another pick on Dazzy. Stody and Jock are going to try and push Forge to shoot off here, but
Oh,
this 2v4,
punished!
that is not going to go well for them. Yeah, and Levity and Cruisin are now going to push forwards and just chase him away. Oh, they're going to boost after him too.
Oh,
Some
they're gonna
great
get the
regroup in
massive
there.
stagger!
That is a
That's
great pick on
huge.
Stody. And that is, yeah, that's definitely going to hurt
Delivery
Sovereign Nation
accelerated.
here, as we're going to have to regroup again. Not doing too great. They seem to buckle under the pressure a little bit when they're down a member, but when it's all four of them together.
Massive time advantage right now. I think Sovereign, they've got 5 minutes, and that's what Sovereign started, and they're pressing the hill. They're almost to the checkpoint. If they finish in 3 minutes, they'll be massive. We see them winning a lot of these fights, it looks like. But as I say, that Caster's Curse. Unfortunately, and we are going to see VRespawn lose their first team fight on their attack. Up until this point, they've had relentless
Payload
momentum,
returning.
just crushing fight after fight after fight, getting a lot of picks. And it looks like we're seeing Kaz switch off to Nova off Comet. I think that was probably his first death that round.
So this is it. VRespawn are at the point here where they held Sovereign Nation. Can they turn the tide here and win the hill? This has been the battle of the hill here on Vision.
Oh,
and
two
Stun
walk in
comes
the
in.
arc.
Not a great start for VRespawn on the offense here. They managed to back off. The heals come through. Oh, Levity gets a pick on Jock, but is refragged out by Dazzy. Stody will find a pick on Kaz. Cruz is just trying to get some damage, but he gets chased out, has to pop his heal. Another heal comes through, some big
Oh, he goes
sustain here
down.
for Cruzin, as he is able to get the pick on Stody, but refragged out by Dazzy. And that's going to be Sovereign Nation holding on as they get that final pick on
Payload
Vidman
returning.
here. And it's going to be the time ticking down, 3:49. Plenty of time for VRespawn to do something, but again, they could not win the battle of the hill.
Right now, they have a massive time advantage, and even if they burn another 2 minutes and only end with 1, that's still huge. Because
Yep,
Sovereign
here's
Nation
the
finished
next
with
round.
8 seconds, so it's really hard to do worse than that.
VRespawn pushing through the back this time, a little different option. The deck comes in from both sides, no kills yet. Kaz finds one on Jock. That's going to be good to open things up, but Jonas refrags him out. That's going to be a 3-on-3 here.
Oh,
Jonas finds
Jonas
another
with
on
another.
Big, and it's a
Mobilized.
2v3. Levity pushing forwards. He's going to, he almost finds that pick on Stody, but a nice peel there, and he's brought down, and Stody is finally killed off by Cruzin, but
Payload
refragged out by
returning.
Dazzy, and that is going to be Sovereign Nation holding on here. Again, that's going to be 3 minutes in the bank.
Yeah, right now, like, we're seeing Levity press a whole lot of W in some circumstances, and we're also seeing Jonas get really good with those. He's getting a lot of great Comet shots. Oh, we see Vidman drop Jonas to 1 HP. This is real risky for him. He might want to phase
he's
away
finding
and back
himself
off.
in the back lines there. He's just trying to pull some attention away, but Kaz will fall in the back lines, and Levity will fall too. That flank did not come in clutch, and Stody is going to kill Cruzin too, and that is going to be Sovereign holding on again. Neither team able to push this hill here. Both
Sovereign's
teams with
boosted.
fantastic
Payload
defense.
returning.
That's a
Oh,
big
and
stagger on
unfortunately,
Vidman.
Yeah, that's a massive stagger. 2.5 minutes now. VRespawn whittling a lot of their time down. Still, they went into this with a massive time advantage, and if they come out with 9 seconds, they'll still be in the lead. Both teams will be given an extra 30. Actually, both teams are going to get an extra 30 seconds now anyway, since one team finished with sub 30. We just need to see VRespawn focus one member down. They boosted past the arc line, which is really good. They have one critical, and they'll get him first, which is huge. They'll get another.
Vidman with a couple there. Great double kill there with his
He gets a triple!
Comet.
This guy
Mobilized.
can't,
With the
he
Comet.
cannot miss!
Yeah. is just popping off here, and that's going to be Respawn pushing the payload in as members of Sovereign Nation out of position here, going to almost get really badly staggered here. The Respawn from Sovereign Nation coming in, testing the payload. That's what they need to do right now, as that's so close. And Dazzy with a sweet double kill to take out Cruz and add Vidman. Gonna help him out here, but still 2v2, 2v1. Kaz trades out with Dazzy.
Like that
and
was a
going to
really
be
bad decision to go
Payload
after
returning.
Jonas. I think if they had gone back to the payload, they could have pushed it all the way, and that would have been it. Fortunately, they pushed it in slightly too slow, and they did get dropped. They do have a lot of time to burn, though, but again, I feel like that was a critical mistake. Like they definitely.
Yeah, they got a little too baited out by that low member health there running in the back lines. If they would have just focused on the front lines, pushing that payload in,
And
maybe
once
they would've
again, we're
done it.
seeing VRespawn super split up. Oh, they do get 2 already, though, which is huge. 1 more. Arcmine goes off, gets
Jonas the
nobody,
last to go down, and this is it.
Life.
Finally, VRespawn has cleared an opening with 57 seconds left. They'll push that payload in. But a lot more time than Sovereign Nation.
Yeah, 49 more seconds in Sovereign Nation. It's going to be pretty huge. It's a lot of distance you can get. So right now, for people who don't know, we are in overtime rounds for payload, which means usually you get 2 minutes per checkpoint you reach. Now you get nothing, and it's only what you finished with. So teams have got what they've got, which is why finishing really fast is obviously really good. Want more time to go more distance. Still, both teams can continue to finish, in which case they'll be given an extra 30 seconds each time. If you have a sub 30 when you finish, both teams get 30 extra seconds. So you always have a minimum of 30 seconds to work with. So if teams keep completing it with 30 seconds, then we can just keep going endless rounds. You don't really see that anymore. Before payload was balanced a little bit more, before it was heavily attacker-sided back in the olden days.
Vidman winning again.
Yeah, Vidman on fire today, hitting that fat triple earlier, which was kind of nuts.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. So yeah, we're gonna see Sovereign
Starting
Nation
in
on the attack here.
10.
We're seeing
9,
double Comet come out from
8,
VRespawn again,
7,
along with an Arcmine.
6,
I don't know how well that
5,
worked. The Arcmine worked really,
4,
really well, and it
3,
looked like even though they got a
2,
bunch of stuns off of it, they
1.
still got kind of slaughtered.
Stop the payload.
I think we need to see a bit more zoning, something a bit more
Payload returning.
scary than an Arcmine.
30 seconds
Alright,
remaining.
Sustain already out for Sovereign Nation here as they push on to box 1, trying to get a pick, but they cannot find one just yet. Levity finds one on Jock, however, and another on Stody, and now it's going to be Sovereign Nation down 2 members to 4 for VRespawn, holding strong on defense here as they clear out the first wave of Sovereign Nation's attack and are pushing
10,
heavily onto
9,
Sovereign Nation. I don't know how I feel about that aggressiveness. Yeah, those spawns are going to come back really fast.
Oh, great
Almost
shot!
able to punish VRespawn, but some great range play from VRespawn, able to hold him at
VRespawn's gonna
bay
get a
there.
death back soon. That's gonna be huge. They're going in.
Payload mobilized. Delivery
2 on
payload contested.
Looks like that might be it. Oh, yep, and that's gonna
Yep.
be it. Oh, man.
Payload contested.
Oh, no, they
Look
get
at
it in the
that
last
right
second.
now.
Rock could do
Jock
it.
is almost
Oh,
able to
no,
get on.
overtime's done.
Taken
It's
out by
over.
Levity with the triple kill at the end there. Some great play at the very end. They were super aggressive. They're pushing onto Sovereign Nation out the gate. Had they lost that fight, that could have been really bad for them. It would have been. It was really a risk it to win it all play there for VRespawn, and it pulled off. They pulled it off.
Yeah, they definitely pulled it off right there. It was really close. And then Jock got that last millisecond overtime, and he almost killed Levity, but Levity managed to trade that out. And Levity was not happy about it. He was like, "No, go home. Stop playing. It's done. It's over." Heard him in open
Take
comms.
your defensive
Now
Levity's
position.
gonna be
VRespawn just
closer.
has to push it a little bit further than Sov did, and they'll
Literally
take
that
one
way.
here.
They have to hit that same distance, and they are good to go. The little box where they ended. If you hit that, you win.
Yep. We'll get to that box in just a moment
And
there.
that is
There
really
it is.
short. That's a really short distance. And they have a ton of time. They've got a minute and a half to work with in order to just get halfway through the first checkpoint. So they've got a
Yep.
decent time to work with. I've said, repeat.
Match starting
So
in.
we'll see if they're able to
10,
do that. I feel like they're in a really
9,
good position to do it.
8,
Sovereign Nation have to play
7,
really aggressive because
6,
you have to kind of
5,
hold forward that
4,
that choke point
3,
you really want to. So
2,
it's going to be kind of hard
1.
for them to hold that. Although it's been done before, we've seen some really close holds before. So you never really know.
Delivery accelerating.
All right, here we go. We got 4 members of the Respawn hanging onto the payload there, just trying to get that distance and speed. Kaz is going to push up forward just a little bit.
Wait, that arc mine out.
Sovereign Nation
Oh, they got one
holding a
pick.
really forward positioning there. Kaz manages to find a pick on Stody. That's going to be good for the Respawn.
Oh,
They have
that's
plenty of
huge.
time to respawn.
Payload
Sovereign Nation
accelerating.
playing way too far up there,
Payload
and that is really going to punish them, and that might be the whole thing. I don't know about that positioning. I know the payload couldn't make it far, but Sovereign Nation has put themselves at a very vulnerable position, being so close to the respawns, and they lost that team fight, and that was it.
Yeah, they had one team fight in there anyway, and I feel like that was going to be a really hard point to hold, just in general. So I feel like I think they were pretty much out of it right there. We've seen some really great clutch holds, but that would had to be
when you're on the
really had to
blue
pop
team,
off for that one.
PogChamp.
Yeah, I just also that close positioning doesn't give them many angles to work with there. It seems like they
And a
just
lot
got
of
the one
angles
to
to
catch
get
the
flanked.
respawn on the surprise because they usually hand it there first. But yeah, if you respawn winning out that first fight, the spawns obviously not giving them enough time to defend another
The
chance.
arc mines either. I think they had a couple of arc mines around, and they just don't go off soon enough. They're just the zoning they give out just isn't scary enough to really. You can just when you see an arc mine, you're like, oh, I kind of have to play around that. It's not something like you really have to kind of worry about too much. Like if you get arc mined, it's like whatever. You come back fairly quickly. It's only bad if your entire team gets stunned out. I just think I feel like in order to help combat the Nova meta, we just need to see a little bit more Nova zoning ordinances in general. Right now, though, there's no real contestation to boosting. You pretty much just go wherever you want, and the only thing you really have to worry about right now are comet shots. So as long as you're not looking at the guy who's going to shoot you, you're okay. If you're not, you can boost at anybody except a comet.
All
So
right,
if
well,
maybe we
map
thought-
1 of your respawn. We'll be back after a short break from our sponsors. We'll hit you with map 2. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
This is Pitt, and he takes creating lenses pretty seriously. That's no surprise, because he has been creating innovative lenses and coatings for the German market since 10 years in his laboratory he started back in 2004.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your friendly neighborhood gamer, Super Dope here. I'm joined by Alloy announcer, Robo Creator, and the man on the cams. It's Dual Game, and we got Coda back here. Coda, that was an insane last map. What do you think of that match?
That was an insane first game there in this grand semifinal match between these two teams. Both teams basically steamrolling over each other on the first two checkpoints, and then both putting up a massive defense on third point. And we saw Sovereign Nation just barely inch their way to the very end of the map. And same thing with VRespawn, but they just pulled off with about a minute of time, just maybe, 51 seconds more than Sovereign Nation. So ultra
49.
close. 49. So ultra close there. And insane to watch, and I'm looking for more of that action. I see we're on Combustion. Really quick, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsors for Season 1. We'd like to thank Antlion Audio. I'm actually using a mod mic right now, and I know some of our other casters are using them today. VR Cover, VR Lens Lab, Mammoth, and Rebuff Reality. 5 insanely awesome companies sponsoring
Yeah, I've
Season
actually
1.
ordered a VR cover for my Rift S, and I plan to get some prescription lenses for my Oculus, for my Rift S as well in the coming week or so. I plan to order them as soon as I get
I
my
know
prescription checked.
a lot of players on a lot of teams that didn't make it this far and got shut out of winning the prizes. Actually, just ended up buying a lot of stuff. So really awesome for those players and teams to do that. And who knows what's going to happen for Season 2? But I'm going to leave it to you guys and check out this map too. And maybe I'll be back later on. So I'm out, and take it away.
Thanks, Coda.
Yeah, thanks again, Coda. Shout out to Dual, the cameraman, for the 10 tiers in the chat.
As well
Dual.
as Dazzy for resubscribing for 4 months now. Thanks a lot.
Oh,
Now go back and
Dazzy,
play the
4
game.
months.
Stop watching the stream and play
Yeah,
the
Dazzy,
game.
you're supposed to be these guys. You're Dual and Dazzy. No, is anyone handling the streams right here? All right, well, we got both teams in the war room now. I guess they're
send the ready
waiting
apps.
on
Ready?
typing in the chat. Yeah, but they should be ready to go here, hopefully. Dazzy, if you're still in the chat, ready up. We are ready for you guys.
Yep, I have sent the ready ups. They're good to go.
So we're on Combustion, a capture point. We haven't seen one yet today. Teams
No,
play a little bit differently on capture point, but again, it's still the Nova meta, so I just expect to see a lot of boosting and close
Exactly,
range
yeah.
fighting.
You usually see, like, VRespawn loves Combustion. They feel like it's more of a 500 IQ map than Dyson is, and that's true. It is a bit more of a 500 IQ map
Orange
than Dyson
squad
is.
ready.
Unfortunately, like all
Blue
capture
squad,
point maps
ready.
right now, it is very Nova heavy because you could just boost into point and win the fights with Novas. Although it's still possible to be a little bit smarter about it, but again, Nova meta is the easier and more reliable option.
We do see VRespawn running 2 Comets again. We'll see if they're able to make that range play work. Last time they had to quickly switch over to the Nova. We'll see if they have to make that switch again today. All right, we have Sovereign Nation here on the attack, trying to get to the point first. We have a little bit of a brawl breaking out on that Ob in the middle as both teams get there at the same time. But yeah, as Bitman gets Stody, 3 members of VRespawn will fall. So that's going to be the 4th member there. Bitman going down real low and finally taken out by Jock as Sovereign Nation comes out on top here on Combustion round 1.
Yeah, Sovereign Nation didn't even use that much equipment. They only used 1 det and 1 long heal. So they're pretty even on resources right now, and VRespawn got killed pretty quickly together, so they're ready to go again.
5,
Oh, they got 1 pick, maybe another here. Guys are super low. But you guys, that's 2. That's huge.
Point contested.
Yeah, that's going to really help VRespawn out here as the point just unlocked, so neither team has gotten any percentage.
Wow.
So although VRespawn lost the first fight, they did not
captured.
lose any percentage. They now have possession of the point, and Sovereign Nation has to reset.
Yeah, we saw a great hunting party there from VRespawn. They just stuck together and they just jumped on Sov member after Sov member. They did a really good job of hopping between murdering them. So looks like we're gonna see them just try and boost in, get a real fast
on the
lead.
attack
Contested.
here. 3 members straight onto point. Jonas there on the high ground for supporting fire. Jock finds a pick onto Levity, but not before Davi's taken out by Levity himself. And now Kaz will find a pick on Jock, but also cruising down. Kaz finds another on Stody, but 3 members, 2 of VRespawn here. 1 to Sovereign Nation. Jonas is the last member here, and he's going to have to phase out there, and that's going to be VRespawn
He
holding
has
on.
1 pixel of HP, and he is gonna get away. That was a really close fight right there. It looked like at first that Sovereign Nation was gonna take it, and they managed to, Kaz especially managed to pop off and get a double and even out the table.
Point
But again,
contested.
spawn time with being as they are right now, Sovereign Nation can see it a little bit, but not as bad as Dyson. But once again, we are gonna see. Looks like VRespawn are gonna hold on strong here. Levity hitting a
Levity,
triple.
another triple kill, yeah. Doing great work with the Nova here.
Jonas
Sovereign Nation
once
winning
again.
with 3 members there against 4 of VRespawn. Jonas hadn't really recovered from that last fight, phasing away yet. So that may have hurt them in that encounter there. 83%
This is the last
to
fight.
VRespawn. Yeah, this is the
Sov
last
right now.
chance.
This is it for them. They have to go in quick, and we're gonna see if Boost coming out. It's not much different from what they usually do.
Point
That's a huge
contested.
pick going on Jonas first. Again, we're seeing VRespawn looks like they're playing super well, focus firing and finding certain members and just murdering them together.
Yeah.
Oh, we
VRespawn,
see.
yeah. Wow, they did use that triple Nova there, so that switch ended up
Round
really coming in
complete.
handy there. Wow, look at
Blue
those
squad
elimination
0 to
deficit
100.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, VRE tried the double comet at first and realized when they lost the fight, Kaz switched up pretty quick rather than trying to run it again in the next fight, and instead they just pop off and get that 0 to 100. So right now, if VRespawn win the next round just as quickly as this one, we'll be on to our 3rd and possibly final map of the day. That was really fast. I don't think I've seen a faster round in any of the top 4 games. That was only 0 to 100.
Prepare to capture the point.
Round 2. VRespawn having a little
and
trouble
a
here
bad-
on the launch.
Bad boost. They are not
Failure
going to get
to
their
launch,
first.
and Sovereign Nation is going to have positional advantage here on the point. We'll see how badly that hurts VRespawn as they just run into a debt there on the high ground, going down real low, but Kaz finds a pick on Jock somehow, and
Actually
Vidman finds one on
back to
Stody.
double comet.
Yeah, that comment work coming in clutch from VRespawn as the front line was just a distraction there. They took a debt to the face, but a couple of picks came out of it, and now Jonas finally found one on Levity. But it's going to be a 3v2 here, with VRespawn having the numbers advantage. So
Point
Sovereign Nation is just going to have to
unlocking
chill
in. 5.
as
Sovereign Nation
VRespawn.
boosting in, and we are going to see a 3-on-3 fight right now. Again, we see spawn coming out both sides, but unfortunately it's not enough. I'm going to see half of it.
Point captured.
Yeah, Stody had a lot of speed coming in there, got a great opening pick on Kaz, and now VRespawn has to retreat and wait till they get the numbers back. But Sovereign Nation taking advantage of this opportunity, going to push forwards, draw out all the sustain from VRespawn, and Vidman finds a pick on Dazzy. Wow, he was 1 HP as well with a really clutch shot.
Oh,
here. And
another.
Levity finds a pick on Jonas. VRespawn coming back from almost the grave, and now they're finding picks here. Stody finds one on Kaz, but it's not going to be enough. VRespawn has turned the point, and Cruisin finds that final pick on Jock.
And we actually seeing Kaz switch off Comet back to Nova. Wants to play Comet, but unfortunately he can't make it work on this. Yeah, Sovereign Nation definitely overextended there, and they got punished for it. They ran right into VRespawn spawns, and their spawns came in and kind of destroyed Sovereign Nation. But that fight was super long, so they did get a lot of points off that anyway.
Point contested.
Sovereign Nation boosting in
bunch
here.
of
4
deaths
numbers in
laying it.
hand here. Stody will find a pick on Levity, but Jonas will go down. Stody will go down himself.
Captured.
Jock finds a pick on Cruisin, and that is
Trade.
enough to flip the point. Kaz is going to stagger himself. Well, he's just going to feed in so he can
He's just
respawn
gonna feed
with the
in.
rest of his team, but he still has his teammate alive, and that is going to be a big stagger from Vidman there. Nice double kill from Dazzy. 50% to Sovereign Nation now.
Yeah, Sovereign Nation doing a really good job of just laying into VRespawn with those debts. They're running triple debt right now. VRespawn's only running 2 of them. And it's really hard to insta-heal out all those debts. If you get hit by 3, you're already dead, and you don't really have a chance to pop your insta-heal. reaction time just isn't enough. VRespawn stacking up. Looks like they're getting ready to find a member to boost for. Time is running low. They don't really have. This is their last fight now. They've burned a lot of time.
Point
Has
contested.
floating into position there on the high ground. They're just gonna initiate here, but not aggressive
One for
enough.
one
They just
trade.
get slammed by a debt, brought down really low, and now it's gonna be VRespawn on the retreat, taken out. Sava's gonna hold on here. They're gonna get the final pick, and that is probably going to be it.
We
Round
actually see
2.
Sovereign Nation
Stop.
playing Quad Nova right now. They're not playing any Comets.
Yeah, they
which is
switched over
probably-
in that last fight.
Round
Same point.
complete.
And yeah,
And
kind of
it is
looking back.
legitimately
victory.
working, unfortunately. So, Nova Meta as it is, it's viable to switch to Quad Nova on Combustion, and then just boost in and hold all those angles. And Sovereign Nation just isn't pushing out of the point, forcing VRespawn to come to them, where they just get chewed up and mulched by all those Novas right now.
As
Jonas might
Echo
continue to
Combat
play.
Sage once said, if you can't beat them, switch to Nova.
Yeah, pretty much.
Prepare to capture the point.
And then you'll
Remember-
probably win harder.
Sovereign Nation here on the attack, boosting out, trying to get that
Still
positional
playing
advantage again.
Quad
He respawned
Nova.
quicker this time than last time. Their boost must have worked, but a little trapped out of position there. Cruisin will go down. Kaz will fall
Blew up a
as
lot.
well. Yeah, and now it's going to be Sovereign Nation here pushing forwards onto VRespawn. They get a pick on Levity. And that's going to be the rest, of Sovereign Nation just chasing away VRespawn. Is that a
Oh,
crash
I
out of
I
Vidman?
believe that is a crash on
Or is he just
Vidman.
Posing and
Nope, that's
taunting
definitely
the
a
boost?
crash.
Point
A
unlocking
majestic
in.
crash. That arm is just going the
4,
distance there.
3,
And there
Yep,
he goes.
and he's gone. So unfortunately, it's gonna be really bad for VRespawn as they are right now behind.
Point captured.
The rounds are equal, so they can't win this one. And that may be another crash. Oh nope, Jonas just threw his controller.
Yep, he's
Still, they will
driving
get
away
good
now.
numbers.
VRespawn trying to pursue that 2v1 there, but Jonas hanging on for his life there with low health. Jock kind of supporting from the distance there, but he has a Nova. They need to get up close, do any real damage, but just enough to make sure VRespawn does not pursue. So that's going to be
Right
Sovereign
now,
holding on
there
here.
are 7 people in this game and 7 Novas. Vidman was the only Comet right now, and he's crashed out. So no
yeah.
team has to worry about ranged fights.
That's true. VRespawn's really going to want Vid to get back in quickly. Hopefully he has Compass or Battlers or something getting him back in. But he's still not here yet. That's going to be VRespawn losing another fight here, outnumbered, and that's 54% already to Sovereign Nation. Not looking too good here. Round 3, you hate to see it.
If this must be a more serious crash than just a game crash, because Compass would have gotten him back in by now. It would have been like under 10 seconds or so. And the fact that he's not in by now means it was probably something
Yeah.
hardware related. Oh, he's back in now.
After we say that, he's in. Okay.
Kill might be a little too late though. Freaking
Yeah,
85%.
86%. They need to do something and make a miracle happen here. They need to win this fight, and they're pushing with everything they have, but their sustain is gone now. Their last
one for one.
fight breaks out.
Unfortunately, that
Cody
looks like it's gonna be it.
Yeah,
Cody
crushes
popping
their
off,
dreams
getting
there with the triple kill and the ace to finish things off, and that's going to be Sovereign Nation winning map 2. Some technical difficulties for VRespawn.
Yeah,
the third
definitely
round.
messing them up for that entire third round. I think it would have been a very different round. If Sovereign Nation still might have won, they had a really good job playing the Quad Nova, but it definitely wouldn't have been 0 to 100, which is highly unfortunate.
Well, that crash sucked.
Right now, that's just how the game is. Yep, classic combat in the words of Levity. It's not an ECFL match without at least one crash.
Hopefully we won't have any more technical difficulties going into map 3. We'll be
love
back
you, Rob.
in just a bit.
This is Pitt, and he takes creating lenses pretty seriously. That's no surprise, because he has been creating innovative lenses and coatings for the German market since 10 years in his laboratory he started back in 2004.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, your friendly neighborhood gamer, Super Dope here. I'm joined by our announcer, Robo Creator, the man
Hello.
on the cams. It's Dual Game, and we got Coda back with us again for some in-depth commentary and analysis on the last game. Coda, it was looking pretty dead even. One round to VRespawn, one round to Sovereign Nation, and then that crash from VRespawn really hurting them there. What do you think of that overall map on Combustion, though?
It was a little disappointing, but you know what? I'm going to quickly stop things. I think we might have a problem with our stream. It could just be on my end. I'm double checking. Looks like our spectator was not working. Duel, are you on top of this? Okay, so our cameraman Duel is restarting the spectator stream, so we'll be back in just a moment, so our viewers can sit tight.
Oh, but you can still hear us, though. Let's talk about that last match, though. So
Yeah, Combustion can be such a frustratingly fast map, and we saw the Respawn took it 100-0 on that round one, right?
Yeah, they did exceedingly well on it.
And Sovereign Nation coming back for round two, putting up a huge fight and turning things around and giving them the opportunity to go into round three, which is where we unfortunately saw that pretty huge crash coming out from Vidman. Very frustrating for him on his end. I saw him in lobby before launching this next map and did not get to speak to him about what exactly happened. Maybe we can find out between the map and find out what was wrong, and hopefully it won't happen again. We hate to see crashes. It definitely makes the matches a little lopsided. So hopefully it's not going to happen here on Dyson. And really quick, I was going to give another shout out. I see our spectator stream is back again. Thank you very much, Dual Game. Once again, to our sponsors, Antlion Audio, VR Cover, VR Lens Lab, Mammoth, and Rebuff Reality. Love these companies, and they love you guys too. That's it from me.
The name's the wrong way around, Duel, unfortunately.
And I'm going to take off, and we're going to get this map underway. So send those ready-ups, and I'm looking forward to this. It looks like we're definitely going to at least 4 maps today. Are we going to go all 5? I don't know. We're going to find out here soon. Take it away, guys.
Yep. Thanks for joining us again, Coda. Before we start off here, I do want to remind everyone, if you've played in the Echo Combat Flamingo League, there is a survey. We want your feedback. We want to know what you thought about the league, a bunch of different questions about the format, about the streams. So make sure you give your feedback there. We also have another survey about Echo Combat in general. So there's 2 surveys for you. One about the current state of Echo Combat, another one about the ECFL. Both surveys can be found in the Echo Combat Center Discord channel. So go check there. I think one is in the
is in the announcements page.
Yeah.
The global Echo Combat one's in the announcements page, and the ECFL specific one is in the ECFL announcements page, so you can find them and take them. And
Orange Squad.
yeah, we just want to hear,
ready.
like, ECFL wise, we want to hear what you like and what we don't like, because this league is for you guys. It's not partly for us because we want to play too, but at the end of the day, it is a community league.
There's lots
We
of
wanna
room
make
for
sure-
long answers, so give us
Yeah.
long answers.
Blue Squad.
Yeah,
We'll
we need
read
the data.
everything.
We want to make sure it's what you want to play, because at the end of the day, that's why we're doing this, is so people
yeah.
want to play.
I
You're
mean,
going to see
we did
Dyson
have
open. And look, we're
Portugal
seeing
cheating
Sov
100.
actually. Yeah, we see Sov actually just starting with Quad Nova. They're just
they're
gonna
not-
play.
yeah,
They're
they're
not
not
even gonna
holding
bother
anything
playing
back.
comment.
Prepare to capture
Shout out to
the
Porch Billy
point.
for the 100 cheer, though. We missed that over the break. I hope we didn't miss anything else. If we did, just call us out in the chat. Let us know what happened so that we don't miss it. All the support deserves a shout out, 100%. we're getting ready to start things off here on Dyson. So Dyson, guys, let's talk about Dyson real quick. Dyson has been, you know, a matter of contention all year. It's just been a very heated topic. Basically,
Wow, Levity just popped off right there.
Wow. For a second, I thought we started here. These are just the teams warming up here, I think.
No, it is ready. With the ready ups were sent, I guess, and they are going.
5,
and they
4,
VRespawn won hands down using nothing. And
okay, I have to get my volume on. Okay, point unlocked here. VRespawn with the first team fight win. I thought it was just
versus Sovereign Nation right now. Joel would like to change the VRespawn needs to be VRespawn. And once again, looks like we're seeing it all come up blue. Yeah, we're gonna see Sovereign Nation. The quad Nova stack legitimately working, and we see Kaz giving up the double comment and going off to triple Nova. That is the only way to counter Nova is to play Novas.
Yeah, VRespawn boosting in here again, trying to combat the close range here. Fight going into the junction area. Dazzy able to find a pick on Kaz. Jonas popping his phase there. He's going to be unphasing soon and being really vulnerable without any sustain. He manages to get far enough away to not be in VRespawn's radar. Now he comes back in from behind, gets a pick on Vidman. Some great positioning there from Sovereign Nation. Jonas finding another pick on Levity there. Sody and Jock down though. Kaz with a sweet double kill before going down.
Yeah,
and that's
those are some massive kills. That's
when VRespawn comes back.
Play.
Exactly, those spawns are going to be really good for VRespawn here on being the attacking team.
All four are
contested.
We actually see one member of VRespawn pressing a little bit too much W, but it doesn't matter. His teammates come and save him. They're going to drop Jonas. So it looks like they are going to flip a coin, giving over 47% to Sovereign Nation, which is a considerable lead. But even then, we'll see this point change hands back and forth, probably way too many more times.
Yep, we got Sovereign Nation coming out from behind here. A couple of members boosting all the way across, but Levity just putting a stop to the attack, killing 2 right out of the gate, and that's going to be the last 2 members fighting to survive and falling, yeah.
And we're going to see a great play by VRespawn there. They managed to stop the double stack originally, and after that it was a 4-on-2, and they pretty much crushed. Again, we are still seeing the quad Nova come out from Sovereign Nation. They are deciding that they still feel like they can make it work, and they probably honestly can. It is Dyson and it is Nova meta.
Some weird play there by Sovereign Nation. They are running quad Nova, but they decided to leave one member going in from behind. That member was exposed by themselves, got trapped out, making the entire fight to break out. A 4v3, VRespawn having a clear numbers advantage here, clean up the rest of Sovereign Nation. So again, if you're playing quad Novas, you want to make sure your team is rolling together as a unit, having that focus fire, because if not, that other person on the side is going to be very vulnerable.
Yeah, if anyone's going on their own here, it should be Jonas that phase. He should only be going by himself if he has his phase up. Right now, we're seeing VRespawn doing a really good job of focusing on members who are by themselves and out of position. And we're going to see the Arc Mine go down, easily taken down by that Nova there, getting 0 value out of his bonus.
VRespawn trying to contest deny that percentage to Sovereign Nation here, and Sody crushing cruising there. Jonas finds another pick on Kaz. Sody falling himself, but Jonas finding a revenge pick on Levity, and that's going to be VRespawn on the retreat here.
That's still a pick they can work with, but look, Sov has the point right now, so VRespawn's going to come back super fast, and Sody will be a little bit late, and those are some massive picks that VRespawn can work with, and it looks like they are going to. They lose Levity first, and they'll drop Kaz, and stun goes out, and unfortunately it looks like they were not able to work with those picks as much as they'd like. And it looks like a flub insta-heal off Vidman is going to, unfortunately, just cause him to lose that. That was a really long fight, too. Gonna really drag out their spawns. 80%.
Sovereign Nation, yeah, eking things up here. It's really close. VRespawn has to make a stand here, though, as it's 90% already to Sovereign Nation. They are contesting, denying that percentage. Kaz on the high ground there, challenging the Novas. It's not a great place to be for a Nova, as there's no cover. They just get deleted there, and Cruising will fall as well. Vidman going down real low and taken out. And that's going to be the first round.
Yeah.
Kaznaz probably has a lot of preference going up there as a Comet. You have amazing sight lines, and you're able to put pressure on anyone on the deck. But as a Nova, it's very hard to do damage up there, and you're usually pretty exposed there without much cover to hide behind.
Yeah, and right now we do see Sovereign Nation has been playing Quad Nova this entire time. Long live the Nova meta. May it die soon.
Yeah, hopefully We will get a patch. That is what the survey is for. We're gonna send that over to Ready at Dawn, and hopefully
Prepare
we'll
The
to
try and-
combat
capture the
Flamingo,
point.
not the ECFL one, but the general one. I'm
yeah,
sure
the general one.
we could probably we'll try and implement some other rules in the league, possibly try and help the Nova meta.
Yeah, hopefully the game will
balance
balance itself, so we don't have to. But we will do things if we
One
can.
arc mine gets one, and they do get some value off of it, but it's not enough. And Cruz will
Cruiser
take out
with the
two.
triple kill. Finally
And
fall
Levity
for
will finish
Jonas.
it up.
Yeah. VRespawn coming out on top of that one. It was a messy one though, but not many or any attack mods used from VRespawn. A couple used from Sovereign Nation. So VRespawn is going to have the economy advantage here.
Not
to open
really.
things
They're gonna
up.
get that insta heal back pretty
Point
quickly right before they go into that
unlocking
fight. So they didn't
5,
really use anything of
4,
value.
3.
We are gonna
That's
see them
true.
get the
It's
insta heal
almost
back right
one.
now.
Point contested.
Yeah, so effectively not too much an advantage there. As Sovereign Nation finds the first pick on Levity, VRespawn a little trapped out at there, Vidman will go down. And Dazzy finds another pick on Kaz, and Stody finds the final pick on Cruisin'. And that's going to be the first fight win, and the point flipped to Sovereign Nation.
Still, that is a pick on Jonas that VRespawn can work with. They all died pretty close together with each other, so they can spawn, fight a 4-on-3 right now and abuse those spawns.
But
we've
the
been
thing
seeing
is,
that
Jonas, yeah, Nova would have to fly all the way back to the point to be able to. Oh, never mind. Jonas is running the Nova. That's true. It is a good stagger. I was thinking a Comet could do work from range. They don't have to fly all the way back. But again, we're seeing 4 Novas here from Sovereign Nation, 3 on the side of VRespawn.
Yeah, VRespawn has in general refused to play Quad Nova. We saw them do it before against 4x4 for a little while. Other than that, they've never really touched on it because Vidman is a Comet main through and through. He's not much of a Renaissance man like Kaz is, and it looks like we're gonna see that. VRespawn's actually gonna try and give us the point here, perhaps.
Oh, Cruising a little out of position there, will fall, and that's going to be
He did
a
get
little
good
staggered out
spawn,
there. Finally, the point is in Sovereign's possession now, so if they get a pick, it will open things up, but they can't find it. They're going to have to retreat.
Yeah, still they do have good spawns, so Cruising will be back fairly quickly, and right now they can take a lot of like dumb boosting angles because there's 0 comets to really try and force their head down at all. And right now they can just kind of contest up there.
Again, yeah, up there is not too great. We'll see how they handle that high ground. Again, this is not the best spot for a Nova. It's a great spot for a ranged weapon, but they're not able to get any
gonna go
hits
down.
there. They are. Oh, they just waited, Kaz will fall by the hand of Jock, but a really nice pick, helping to take out Stody. That kind of did take out Stody himself, and that's when you did man falling. The Sovereign Nation really holding on here. VRespawn has to find another way to deal with this defense.
Yeah, Vidman accidentally staggering himself out a little bit. So we're gonna see a 3-on-3 fight right now. And again, the arc line going down pretty quickly. And it looks like we may actually see Sob lose some members here. Jock going down, Kaz being forced to retreat away from Jonas, I believe. Yep, Jonas goes down, Cruising goes down to 3-on-2 right now, and Levity will get another pick on Stody, and it looks like pretty good for VRe, and yep, they will keep the point, giving over 68% to Sovereign Nation, which is a pretty considerable lead. Still, this is Dyson, so we can see it flip back and forth a boatload of time, so I no doubt this round will go on for at least a little bit longer.
VRespawn are running a lot of heals in their comp right now, and Sovereign Nation is still running an Arc Mine. It hasn't really gotten much or any value here on Dyson. If they would
They've
switch
gotten
that
one
over,
or 2 stuns, honestly, but I think
it
they would
hasn't
get a
really
lot
helped to
more
win any
value out of the
fights.
deck.
Yeah. So we'll see
Get a few
what they do
picks out
here.
of it.
They find an opening pick on Kaz. That's exactly what they need. Jock is going to fall there in the backline. Stody finds the revenge pick on Levity. So Sovereign Nation here, this is their chance. They're going to flip the point 70% in their favor here, taking the lead in this close round here. And VRespawn with the threat scanner, they know exactly where Sovereign is. They're going to be planning their attack. The boost comes straight in, and the fight breaks out. The sustain goes out as well. Levity finds the pick on Daz. Yeah, Jonas will find the pick on Kaz as well. So it's pretty even here. The heals go out, but it does not get the heals that it needs. And that's going to be a pick. VRespawn is going to have to retreat. Sovereign Nation is going to come out on top of this fight, and that might be it.
That's
maybe
gonna be
have one more
huge.
chance. Vidman does pick
VRespawn, they
Pokemon.
did get a pick they needed. They're gonna get another. Looks like VRespawn maybe he'll flip this around, and they will. Vidman with a clutch pick there, giving them the 3-on-3 that they absolutely needed to take this point. Right now, they cannot give it up. If they lose the point, they will almost certainly lose the round and the map. So it will go to 2 in favor of Sovereign Nation still. Like I said, this map can This is the last bit, I think, right here. This is the last attack. If Saab wins this, they win. If VRespawn wins this, they go to another round. And Kaz gets opening.
Oh, and early
it's
pick
not
on
looking
Kaz
so
and
good.
Cruising. That's not good. That's 2 Novas down for V-Respawn. A
Point
3rd Nova down.
contested.
Levy falls. That's going to be Vidman, their only ranged weapon. Just fighting for his life at close range. It is not going to go well for him. And that is
think
going to be
that's gonna be
Sovereign
it.
Nation flipping the point. That might just be it. Those spawn times for the defenders
V-Respawn is
really
not
hurting here. They are not able to get back. And that's the Sovereign Nation winning map 3 here. That's going to be 2-1 Sovereign Nation so far here in this battle.
Yeah, and we just saw Sovereign Nation play Quad Nova the entire time and win 2 row for rounds, which is a yikes.
Let me guess.
Yeah, that is what the meta has come to, and it's clearly, you know, the winning hand here. So, thanks to them for playing it. They did it well. Obviously, V-Respawn not able to make the range work against the Quad Nova Assault. We'll see how they do on map 4.
Yeah, right now this could be it for V-Respawn. They could be sent home. Right now it is 1-2
Yeah,
in
it's do or
favor of
die.
Sovereign. It's do or die for them for the rest of their gameplay, right? Still, I can't hate Sovereign Nation for playing the Nova meta. That's the way the game is right now, and hopefully we will see Rad change that soon. TM. But other than that, while we are waiting for our next map, we will send it over to our sponsors. I assume it'll be really short. Right now, we've been getting those maps pretty quick.
This is Pitt, and he takes creating lenses pretty seriously. That's no surprise, because he has been creating innovative lenses and coatings for the German market since 10 years in his laboratory he started back in 2004.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for our fourth and possibly final map of the day. It's your friendly neighborhood gamer, Super Dope here. I am joined by Alloy announcer, Robo Creator,
Hello.
and the man on the cams. It's Dual Game, and we got Coda back with us here again to talk about that last map. Share your thoughts with us, Coda. Sovereign Nation taking it. What do you think?
Oh man, Dyson, that was a pretty great match for both teams, putting on an amazing performance, and Sovereign Nation just looking like a complete right now. We see them switching off onto that Quad Nova meta that we have seen so much of in the second half or three-fourths of this first season of ECFL. And as we can see, it makes a huge difference on Dyson with the spawn times and the boosting to the point and just Nova spamming like crazy. And they're working the meta. You got to hand it to them that they're doing what they basically need to do. And now they're up in this series 2-1 over VRespawn. So if Sovereign Nation takes this map here on Surge, another payload map, VRespawn is out. They go home and Sovereign Nation moves on to the grand finals. We might see 5 maps today if VRespawn can pull this off, and I'm kind of hoping for that. I want to see the entire 5 maps today. I'm going to send it to you guys, and I'm going to check out this game. It's probably going to be epic. Laters.
We hope so. And once again, we actually see Sovereign Nation on Quad Nova, but they are on attack, which does make sense here. Usually you see much teams playing Comet Triple Nova for this one, so they can get that payload moving while getting those kills, but they're probably just going to go forward for those kills and then move the payload with Triple Nova, right? So we still see Sov choosing not to run a threat.
Yeah, interesting to see. At least no arc mine out from them on the attack here. But yeah, they're running a very aggressive comp. We've seen them play aggressively all day, so I don't expect anything different out of them. But especially on this first point here on Surge, those spawn times for the attacker are almost non-existent. So rushing out, being ultra aggressive, and dying is not even too bad, especially if you can get a pick in the process. But I think that's what they're going to be going for here.
Duel, if you can switch the overlays, will be a good skill after that. But I also want to call out that Porch Billy donated another 1,000 bits today. Thank you so much. He's up to 3,201 bits.
Dang, shout out to Porch. Wow, yeah, Kimsel also with the sub there. Shout out to Kimsel. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. So much awesome support from the chat today. You guys are literally the reason why we're doing this, so thank you so much.
Somebody that they even have Sovereign Nation. The fucking demon of
Alright, if we want to send the ready up, I'm ready. Are you ready, Dope?
I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I will send the ready ups, and hopefully we will see 5 maps today.
Bones ready.
Alright,
Defense
we are
ready.
And we see the ready ups already coming out. Let's get ready to rumble! In the jungle. Okay. Oh, we actually see Jonas switching off Quad Nova back to Comet. Looks like they are gonna play a little bit of that Comet play to get that payload moving. I wouldn't have been that surprised to see them play Quad Nova. And we actually see him swapping off Phase 4 threat scan. So it looks like we are gonna go to a semi more traditional loadout for this map in the Nova meta.
Here we go. VRespawn's last stand here. If they lose this map, they are out of the tournament for Season 1. So this is it. We'll see if they're able to hang on here.
Oh, someone missed the ring! Who's gonna win the Flamingo race? Oh wow, Vidman's ahead again.
Vidman has just been popping off on all these Flamingo races.
He's on fire for these. He's so fast. And he wins again. He's 3-0 for all their payload defenses right now. He hasn't lost. Nuts. Oh, you got 1 bit from Porch Billy.
Yeah,
thank you. Let's go.
Starting in.
We love you. We love the community.
9,
that's why we're doing. That's why we're doing all this
7,
stuff for you guys.
6, 5, 4,
all right, here we go.
3,
Sovereign Nation 2, on the attack. 3 Novas and a Comet in a hand. We got 3 members. Boosting.
Payload mobilized.
And they're going up for the boost, and there it is. They're going to be right onto Vidman there, who is going to retreat.
They get one.
He does get a shot there. He always had it to sustain. Kaz finds the pick on. Whoa! VRespawn just eliminates. Yeah, the triple stack there from Sovereign Nation, and that 4th member Jonas is just going to have to chill there until his team respawns. We'll be back in no time at all. They're already
They're
back.
already back. The spawn time's literally non-existent, like Dope said before. That Archimon getting a lot of great damage, or a lot of great stuns. Jazzy's super low, and another shot from Kaz is gonna drop him. That's huge.
They managed to get a pick on Cruz, and that is the first pick they've gotten, and that it's a big one for them from them. And that's going to open up a hole here. Even though Stody did go down and Jock himself, Cruz is going to take a while to get back. So they're going to have the numbers advantage as long as they respawn together. But it looks like they're staggering themselves a little bit on the attack here. Yeah, they're going in, not waiting for their full team. That's Dazzy pushing all the way up. VRespawn playing defensive though. They know Cruisin still has to get back. He's finally regrouped with his team now, so that pick did not do Sovereign Nation any favors. And now Sovereign Nation having the numbers advantage here. I mean VRespawn, sorry, with the numbers advantage here, able to push Sovereign Nation back. And that's going to be a full wipe with no casualties.
Great job of holding this point. Usually at high level play, usually you see it go all the way to end checkpoint if it is going to get held on first point. But we are seeing an amazing job of VRespawn. I think they've only died once.
Yeah, Cruisin died there, and the rest of the team played extremely defensive there. They didn't overextend, they didn't give any shots out, and Cruisin was able to regroup and win the fight in time. And that's Dazzy getting an opening pick on Kaz there. Levity finding a trade on Jock. There's still going to be a numbers advantage now. Sovereign Nation is going to see the better end of that trade as their spawns are way more advantageous. And now Jock is there. He gets a little sustained from his team and is able to survive the fight. That payload is moving. Jonas is finally challenged on the point, taken out by Levity.
He gets away.
Yeah, and Stody finds a pick on Cruisin as well. That payload is going to be making some distance now. 2 members of VRespawn now. A 2v2 here on the point, so it's going to be a pretty close, messy fight. Dazzy finds the pick on Levity. Vidman is out of position and will finally drop. That is going to be Sovereign Nation now with a clear advantage, almost guaranteed to take this unless VRespawn here.
VRespawn still had an amazing hold so far, and unfortunately it doesn't look like they'll be able to get into holding anymore, but it's like Sav is burning a ton of deaths and things to actually get that pick. They need to hold it, and they will get it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go to the second checkpoint. That is that's a good amount of time, but VRespawn had a great hold on first checkpoint as well. So they definitely cut that time down. So we could definitely see it end on second checkpoint. This is a more or less defense-sided map, as well as it's also 20% longer with the same amount of time, which is another issue as well.
Yep, it's pretty common to see the attacking team take that first checkpoint, but we have seen a lot of stops here on this second checkpoint. We'll see if Sovereign Nation is able to overcome the hill that is the second checkpoint here. And Kaz is able to find that opening pick on Stody. Jock will find one on Levy, so it's a 3v3 here, and Kaz is going to fall himself, so Sovereign Nation pushing that payload.
In a little bit. I think it felt like he couldn't get away, so he decided just to die. I feel like he pressed a little bit too much W there.
Be resetting. That's going to hurt them, though. That's a lot of distance. The payload is already up the hill into the choke point, and they get the pick on Cruisin. They're going to clear this choke point here, and this is really the best spot to hold the payload. If they can clear this, they're not going to have too much of a hard time here. They just have to hold on for one more team fight.
Super split right now. They're like all over the place, not really playing together like a hunting party as they could. And they actually
really committing to this flank, but they don't get the pick. Yeah, they committed a lot of time into that flank, and they got really split and not really coming up in their favor. And now the team is just getting dropped one by one.
Sav is so low. One deck could take almost out the entire team. Unfortunately,
there's no one there to do it.
Vidman's gonna try and be forced to contest, and unfortunately he's not gonna be able to do it. And we are gonna see Sovereign Nation steamroll a second point.
Payload mobilized.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy. They steamrolled that point and only got an extra minute in the bank. That's how much longer Surge is. Still, I feel like VRespawn definitely flubbed that a lot. They definitely didn't stick together at all. They just kept feeding in like in singles and pairs.
Yeah, definitely. Committing a lot to the flanks, not really focus firing in that and getting trapped out. And Sovereign Nation just kind of rolled them there. We'll see how it goes on this third point. This third point is even the more defensive heavy than the second point. So Cruisin finds a nice pick on Stody there, but he will get dropped by Dazzy, and Levity will fall as well. So a great debt action coming in from Sovereign Nation to open things up here on the third point. And Jock will just push in aggressively. Oh, that's Jonas, sorry. Gets some great shots onto Vidman there, who's just going to be looking for an angle, but he's going to fall. And that is going to be a big stagger.
Oh wow, you're
respawn there.
I just realized your screen share is actually a few seconds ahead of mine.
Nah, I mean I called it like a second before he died. Because
I
knew he was going down. I pre-fired that one. Yeah.
Nice, and we are gonna. It looks like this payload is continuing to just move relentlessly. Finishing this map in general is a huge.
Oh, a sweet dead.
Oh wow!
I think that was
That's
a
gonna be
double dead there.
massive.
Yeah, from Dazzy and from Jock. Just
That was
completely deleting
definitely
the
a
push.
double.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, completing this map at all is a huge undertaking, and finishing with this much time is gonna be massive. This may be it for VRespawn if I'm
Yeah,
being
they
honest.
just cannot stop the payload. Sovereign Nation. Oh, as I say that, last second pick from Levity there, and another. It's so close here. It's a 1v1. Jonas trying to fight to stay alive. Trying to
Nova's
the
feeding in.
reinforcement comes in. The Cruisin is just trying not to
That's
die
gonna be
here,
it.
and Jock is going to get the pick on Cruisin and clear the map. A great final pick there
2
from Jock.
minutes and 5 seconds. That's a huge time on Surge because, like I said before, not only is it defense sided, it's also around 20% longer than Fission is. So even if you finish it, it's usually at 20% less time. But the third
I mean, had
checkpoint
Jock
is
not managed to
awful
get that
push.
kill, yeah, VRespawn almost stabilized there. And if you can stabilize on that third point, it is really hard to take that last bit of distance. There's so much cover there for the defense. That was almost looking like a really sticky scenario there for Sovereign Nation. But some great aggressive, just relentless pushes there.
And Torch Billy has donated once again another 1,300 bits. Thank
Oh
you
my
so
God.
much, Torch Billy.
That is so
Up to
kind.
4,500.
The new
Thank you
conductor
so
of the
much.
hype train. Dethroning Vibinator there from his conductor seat.
Sorry, Vibinator. Hey, he's the new conductor. But yeah, this may be it for VRespawn. They have a, even if they finish it, that's a massive time differential. At
Match
least,
starting
unless
in 10,
VRespawn can totally and
9,
utterly pop
8,
off right now and
7,
steamroll just as
6,
much as Sov did, I think
5,
they're going to be in trouble.
4, 3.
This is it. VRespawn's potentially their final push of the season. They have to
Stop
finish
the payload.
this whole map,
Payload
and they gotta do it as
mobilized.
fast as they can because Sovereign Nation has a lot of time to work with here. VRespawn boosting out right at the gate, but get deleted by Dazzy. 3 members
I think
down.
if you
The
ask me,
triple
I think
coming
they're just
through.
soaking stuff up. Oh, never mind. They did burn a lot of stuff into that. I wonder if just pushing in straight out like that and soaking up a lot of ordnances attack might be a good idea since you come
it's
back
a
so
Payload
fast.
mobilized.
Yeah, to try and get rid of the ordinances, because yeah, they're back right away. They still have. Well, VRespawn did use a double dead there. I don't know if that's what they were trying to do. Maybe it will work out like that. Because Cruiser will find a pick on Dazzy, but will go down himself. Astodi's down as well. So that is going to be VRespawn here with the spawn advantage. They're going to have their numbers back before Sovereign Nation will. The Sovereign Nation, they're going to try and
Payload has
that
been moving
payload.
up as well the whole time. We are going to see boots come in on Jock, and he's going to get deleted.
Yeah, those reinforcements came in just too fast for
Oh,
Jock to do
great job by
anything with.
Jonas.
Yeah, that's true. Jonas is just firing away on the retreat there. Great positioning
Oh,
for him
coming in.
behind the shields. Not able to. Oh, that is going to be a great defensive play. There's no one on the payload right now. Fight's breaking out, trying to push through, but Levity will get tracked out by himself, taking down 2v1. And now 3 members of VRespawn here are going to just destroy Dazzy. But not before Dazzy takes out Levity and Vidman. So now it's going to be, yeah, 2v2 here.
Oh, once again, Kaz
Payload
coming in from a
mobilized.
crazy angle and dropping Jonas. And the Sovereign Nation's feeding in one by one, having a really hard time as well, stabilizing
Payload
right
mobilized.
now. They're almost a minute ahead of Sov as they complete this checkpoint.
Yeah, they're just ignoring that payload, trying to get the picks, but maybe that didn't work out for them as Dazzy is able to clear off Cruisin and Vidman there at the very end.
And
so
once
now
again, we're
VRespawn has
seeing
to
speed.
fight
Returning.
to take that space. Yeah, that's going to be a big stagger there. Kaz is
get
going to
one.
get a pick, but he's going
That's
to go
still
down
huge.
himself. VRespawn has to fight for that positioning, and they're not going to do it easily. Oh, as I
They
say that,
get
3
another
members come
pick.
in. Some great job whittling them down and then Cruisin getting that final shot off there. Still, some really great defense coming in from Sovereign Nation. They managed to get Vidman and Cruisin. Jonas will go down now as just Stody. He managed to get the pick on Levity, but those respawns on... Yeah, the respawns on
And
Surge
Kaz
are
gonna
just
beat
too
out
powerful. Yeah, they just kept coming back one after another, and it was just too
11
hard.
seconds more.
Payload
They
mobilized.
completed the first checkpoint with 11 seconds more. It looks like they were going to beat it with over a minute and a half, or around a minute more. But
Payload
unfortunately,
mobilized.
with some unfortunate staggering by VRespawn and some great plays by Sovereign Nation, they managed to delay a little bit of that time down.
Yeah, that was a fantastic call there from Sovereign Nation. They were doing a great job. I mean, even in the team fights, they were trading out 1 for 1. But if you trade out 1 for 1 and the attacking team has the spawn advantage, eventually what just happened will happen, and attacking team had the numbers advantage at the perfect time for them to clear off the point, get that checkpoint, and now we'll see how they do here, pushing into the second checkpoint. 2 minutes and 33 seconds to deal with, plenty of time. But again, we've seen a lot of holds here on the second checkpoint. VRespawn, though,
great shot. Oh,
they get nailed by a couple of deaths.
Oh, VRespawn popped all their heals at once. That's not good. They won't have them for the later fight after the end.
Yep, 3 picks though for the side of VRespawn, taking out Dazzy, Sody, and Jock. Levity falls in the process. Jonas now on the retreat. So VRespawn does have a ton of space here to work with on the payload there. They already pushed it
is
past that choke
respawning,
point.
and they are going to get those spawns. Still, they can get the pick on Jonas.
Oh, Jonas finds a 3 pick on Kaz before he's taken down by Cruisin. So things are pretty even here. Again, Cruisin taken down, and now Sovereign Nation with the clear advantage going after each member one by one, and they will drop. And now VRespawn sent back to spawn. Sovereign Nation now.
Out though, so that's going to be good. Yeah. And that payload is above that hill, which is also really good. Still, Sovereign Nation spawning back in time. I think the spawns are about equal here, but the defenders have positional advantage, so this is right where the advantage. Oh, where VRespawn runs into the stun, 3 of them get stunned,
all 3 of them.
and none of it gets let up on. Jonas up there by himself.
Oh, Cruisin actually able to find that pick on Jonas there. A pretty great turn of events for Cruisin, as Stody will find a pick on Levity. So VRespawn, Vidman, is he the lone survivor there?
Yeah, he's the last man standing. Everyone else is dead.
Kaz finally back, so that's going to be 2 members on the payload. It's moving pretty fast. That's going to put the pressure on Sovereign. Yeah, they're going to have to boost right at the payload. Yeah, they've put the pressure on the
getting those jets back now. They didn't have them while they were boosting, and Jazzy goes down first. Oh, holy! Oh, he just killed. Jonas just killed Kaz twice. I thought that was a triple.
And that's going to be Sody just trying to fight off Levity there, but he's not going to be able to do it. Levity managed to push that payload in. And that's the second checkpoint for VRespawn. We're going to see them make an attempt on the third.
Behind on time. They are way behind on time, Sovereign Nation is. And Sovereign Nation definitely has a positional advantage right now. If VRespawn even loses 1 team fight, I think they'll be out. They can't really lose. That's the issue with this third checkpoint. If you lose a single team fight, that's pretty much it. It's really hard to come back. Oh, wow!
Getting popped by Jonas right off early there to start things off, and now it's going to be Sovereign Nation pushing on that advantage, and the sustain comes out for VRespawn. They managed to get a pick on Dazzy, pushing a little too aggressively. Jocka's going to be on the retreat as well. That payload's still moving now. Vidman going down real low, another
shot.
Yeah,
one arc going out, but still not let up on. Comet does not pair very well. Oh, but he gets the shot on Kaz anyway. And once
he'll trade out Cruisin. Yeah, that's a lot of value out of that 1 life for Jonas there. Managed to take 3 down with him, and now Levity's going to be on the retreat. That payload moving into the room, but again, they have to get the entire third checkpoint.
Vidman crabs like no other. So fast. Still remember, the spawn advantage is in the favor of Sovereign Nation by way too much. So an arc mine getting 1.
And there's the arc mine.
Getting 2.
Sovereign Nation pushing on it. Yeah, that's 2 down.
They get that out.
Double kill. And they're really pushing, trying to
constantly.
Levity will finally go down, and now that's going to be Cruisin killed off as well. So VRespawn sent back to spawn again with 1:25.
Yeah, they are running out of time right now.
And there's that arc mine again.
A lot of distance. Once this payless checkpoint is so long. And we're just gonna see VRespawn is just gonna kind of crumble here. And another pick come out, and he's just gonna feed into that arc mine. VRespawn's feeding so hard right now, staggering play after play, getting nothing out of it. They need to stack together and play as just a full team.
Yeah, especially with that arc mine in place, they can't just keep boosting at the payload or going for flanks. They need to wipe Sovereign Nation and then go back for it. This is really their last chance. They need a bunch of team wipes to come here. They're all gonna go down the flank tunnel, hopefully trying to avoid that stun. Yeah, they need to win this, that's true. Oh, they do, the stun did go off though by the payload. Cruisin will find a pick on Jonas though. Cast push it. Cruisin with another pick off of Jock, and now it's going to be Cruisin trying to get back to the payload here to try and get some distance as the fight breaks out. Vidman trying to hold off Dazzy. Dazzy's the lone survivor here for Sovereign Nation, not able to do too much on his own.
We actually see VRespawn's on Quad Nova right now.
Yeah, I guess they have to switch off. See, Dazzy's playing a very defensive game right now. If he pushes too far out, he's going in.
Big death to force him off payload.
Yeah.
Goes down. Oh, this is it.
10,
That's it.
9, 8,
VRespawn is not going to be able to get back in time. And they are 2 maps down, so that was it. Unfortunately, VRespawn is the team going home. Sovereign Nation taking it in a 1-3 victory, losing the first map, and it looks like they were about to lose the second one. But unfortunately, a crash came in and gave them the second map. Although they might have still won, they were doing a really good job in the second round of Combustion. But an unfortunate Combustion definitely changed the story at least a little bit. It wouldn't have been a 0 to 100 end. Phil, that is a GG.
Time to jump in a shower.
Yep, congratulations to Sovereign Nation. They'll be moving on. So we have every team is locked in for our championship. It's going to be 4 for 4 versus Sovereign Nation in our first ever ECFL championship game. We got Coda joining us here. Coda, what do you think of that final round, that final match?
I'm dumbfounded. That was insane. I'm gonna call that a huge upset. Sovereign Nation, nobody really expected these guys to come this far. They've improved so much over the course of this season, and VRespawn missing one of their core players today from Vex, who's not able to play today, and not sure how much of a difference that made, and if this could have gone any other way. We ended up seeing 4 maps, a great performance from both of these teams, and Sovereign Nation just pulling it off, and there's not really much else to say. We're going to be seeing them versus 4 for $4 in our very first grand final match of ECFL.
Agreed to a time before anyone.
It's going to be epic, and this match here was epic.
Does he have a mental deficit?
And we see Porch actually donating another 500 bits. Sorry to interrupt you, Coda. I apologize.
No, I mean, it's just, I don't even know what else to say. I don't even think that Sovereign Nation expected to be able to pull this off. They respawned monsters in this game. They've been together for a really long time. These guys have been playing together for a really long time. They're one of the original teams that was ever created for Echo Combat, and one of the first teams to compete professionally. And they've just been through a lot. So it's sad to see these guys go. They've been through a lot and put on a great performance over the course of the season, but only one can make it to the end, and that's going to be Sovereign Nation today. Guys, anything else?
No, except I do have one more announcement. There is another there's an updated bracket in the ECFL announcements page. If you could take a look at it, it's pretty much everything you need to know. Also, thank you to everyone who's been supporting the stream. Porch Philly with 5,003 bits donated today. Just to this stream alone, we want to thank you so much for supporting the stream. It's really great to have you support it. And
thanks so much, guys. Don't forget to fill out those surveys too. We need that feedback so we can make season 2 even better, and hopefully the game will be better in a better state.
Yeah, I mean, like the meta, it's always changing. Sometimes it takes a while for us to see those updates and changes from the games, from the devs. I know that they're really busy. One more time, I'm going to give, I don't know, Duel, if you are there, you can throw up the sponsor overlay. I'm not sure if it's going to look good on the screen, but I'm going to give another shout out before we end this stream to Antlion Audio, VR Cover, VR Lens Lab, Mammoth, and Rebuff Reality. Tons of support from these companies, so show your support for them and go out and buy some stuff.
I know, like, I actually like the VR cover stuff. VR cover stuff is really good.
If you don't end up winning something, you got to go buy it or come back for season 2. Huge support from them, and thank you to the stream. That's it for me, guys. Send us off.
Yep, thanks again for watching. Your friendly neighborhood gamer, Super Dope here with Alloy, announcer, Robo Creator. We got Coda. Thank you for joining us in between maps. And the man on the cams, Duel Game, always a fantastic job. We'll see you guys for the championship grand finals game coming up. We'll let you know, I guess.
Yeah, coming up soon. Scheduling between EU and NA is unfortunately difficult, to say the least.
It's probably going to happen in about a week, so that's it.
With the outro is the Duel's running.